Hi, we're going to do a very simple salad today, but before I show you how to do that and the dressing, I'd like to show you how we've got this kitchen arranged. First, let's do away with the myth that you need a cutting board and you cannot cut on granite, because I do cut on granite and have been doing so for about the last 20 years with no damage to the knives. All you need is to have some nice, good quality knives, not the really expensive ones, but something of a good quality that you sharpen once a year or so professionally, and then every once in a while just use one of these handheld sharpeners to keep them going. Does no damage to the granite, does no damage to the knives. For convenience sake, we have our trash disposal right here so that as we prep here, we can either push it into the sink or push it into the disposal. And if we need extra things like spices, well, we have the spice cabinet right there. So it's all ready to go. With that in mind, let's start with a simple salad. Okay? So we're going to start with a salad, and since I'm only cooking for 2 people, I don't need to get 5 or 6 ingredients and start cutting them up and having a ton of salad left over. What I want to do is get simple bagged salad, and that's easy and it's pre-washed. The only thing you have to worry about is whether it's overripe and starting to rot in the bag. So when you go to the market, look at it and look for dark lettuce and dark greens that you don't want to buy. If you see a few in there, that's okay, because when you open up the bag and pour it out, you can take those out and throw them away. So we're going to start by cutting the bag open. And then pour the amount of salad that we want to use into the salad bowl. It's just for 2 people, so we don't need an awful lot. And then the trick is, you have enough for another day, but it's going to spoil if you leave it to it this way. So put a paper towel in there, and then fold it up and get all the air out of it. And the paper towel will absorb the extra moisture, and that way you can put it back in the fridge and use the second half for a second day. Cut your salad basic in the bowl. Just go in there and tear it up a little bit so you don't have 2 big pieces. You can use a chopper, and I have a small mezzaluna with my knives, and I have a bigger mezzaluna in the drawer if I have much more I want to do a chopped salad. But right now I just want to break up the greens a little bit so it's not too much. And once I've done that and I've checked the greens, there's nothing rotten in there to throw away, we're good to go. So I'll take an appropriate salad cutting knife, and for that I'll take this one, which you notice has a little bit squarer. It's not coming to a point like that, and this is very good for cutting salad things. Now I've already scraped the carrot, and what we want to do with the carrot is take off the upper end, get rid of that, and I can throw that right into the garbage can. What I want to do is start slicing it a little bit on a bias, so that gives me a slightly larger piece to cut. And you don't have to cut like a mile a minute like they do on TV. You can cut at your speed as long as you cut away from your fingers. And you cut down, always just moving the blade forward, not back and forth like a saw, but just move forward with the blade and get a nice cut. As long as you cut on the bias like this, doesn't matter how thin the carrot gets at the bottom, you can keep going, getting the pieces the size and shape that you want. And it works like that, and it goes pretty quickly as you want to do it. And throw the extra piece away and just throw it in the bowl and mix it up. Next thing we want to throw in this recipe is some basic celery. The ends always get a little bit discolored or dry, so the first thing you want to do is take off the ends. You can do one on top of the other when there's small pieces like this, and then just cut down as quickly or slowly as you wish. It doesn't take a lot with a sharp knife to cut celery. And you want to stop when you get right near the very end, because you get the same problem with the other side where the ends get a little bit difficult. So we'll put that in the bowl. You can use the knife to help pick up the pieces. Next thing I want to do is put in some color, a yellow pepper. And the easiest way to cut a pepper is to cut down from the outside and leave the core inside so you don't get all those seeds out. And once you get one piece cut out like that, you can see where the rest of it is, and you don't want to be cutting into all this white membrane and all the seeds. So just take it down the sides, and you won't have that seed nest that a lot of people end up with. Take the bottom off, because that's good pepper, and throw the rest in the garbage. Now what I'm going to do is just take some small pieces of nice, colorful, tasty bell pepper, and I pick any color that goes to make the salad look a little bit better. Doesn't have to be a lot. And the rest of them that I'm not going to use, I just put in a Ziploc bag, and that'll preserve very nicely, and this will give me pepper for 2 or 3 salads with no problem. Again, just get the air out of it and seal it. And that can go in the fridge. Now it happens that my wife and I like to use mushrooms, and I've already wiped these off with a paper towel, so you get any of the extra dirt off that you find in mushrooms. You never want to wash them if you can eat them in a salad. You can rinse them off if you're going to cook them, and you're rinsing them off just a little bit before you actually cook them. And I'll just cut these into convenient slices, good for a salad, and that'll go in there. We'll do a second one, and that'll be enough of that vegetable. And then I am going to take some red onion. You can use a nice sweet Vidalia onion or any other onion that you prefer, but for this salad, I like to use a nice organic red onion. Just take 1 slice, because that'll be plenty for a salad. Put the rest back in the Ziploc bag. Now, it's always helpful, take the end piece off, because that's always too soft for a salad. And then just take your knife and cut both ways. Turn the onion around and get it down that way. And you see you have all these little pieces, and with this kind of thing, you sort of have to rub it through so they break up, otherwise they kind of stick together. And you want the nice little pieces to go throughout the salad. And there you are. That can go to the stove, and I will rinse my hands. Always keep your hands clean. Then we have one other thing I want to put in the salad, or 2 actually. One I want to do is put some black olives in. I can do that just by taking them out of the bowl. You can slice the olives if you want, or put them in whole the way I'm going to do in this salad. And the easiest thing to do is put it on a paper towel, because that way they'll absorb all the extra liquid out of them, and they won't spoil the salad while it's waiting in the fridge till you eat it later on. And squeeze the paper towel so it squeezes out the extra moisture, and then just drop them on the top, because we're going to toss the salad later anyway, so it doesn't matter where they go right now. And then for the final thing with the salad, again I have to rinse my hands. I'm going to put some blue cheese on it. And blue cheese is really nice because it doesn't matter how long you keep it, the riper it gets, the better it tastes. And it keeps for a very, very long time. And all I do is take a grater, take the lump of cheese out, and then just, with this, grate some cheese onto the salad. Makes for a very tasty salad with the dressing that we're going to make. And we'll do the dressing in a second. So that's good. Get rid of that. Wash my hands. And the salad's ready to put into the fridge. And we'll get on to the dressing. So here we go. Room for that. Put the cheese away. I like to get things out of the way as soon as I possibly can, and into their proper place in the fridge so that I can work on the next thing with a clean slate. Okay, next the dressing. You can season this any way that you like, but I like to start with some lemon juice. And for this one, 'cause it's only going to be for 2 people, half a lemon will be fine. That will take care of that. And you can squeeze them with your hands, but I always manage to get seeds in it, and I don't like to have seeds in it. So I use a lemon squeezer, and I see if I've got enough juice. It happens this lemon is not all that juicy, and some of them aren't. So I'm going to use the whole lemon. Okay. Good. Now, I'm going to add seasoning. And for this, I'm going to do salt and pepper and a little bit of garlic salt. So I'm going to hold off on the salt, kosher salt, of course. Not put too much in because the garlic salt is also salty. Put a bit more black pepper in. Find these kind of containers are very helpful for basic seasoning. And since this is very convenient for me, and get that right in. This will help. The lemon juice will help it dissolve. And now I'll put some Dijon mustard in there. One teaspoon's fine. Good. Now some balsamic vinegar. This is organic balsamic vinegar from Modena, which is always good. And of course, we'll use some organic extra virgin olive oil. And I find the Costco brand is as good as any. And now that olive oil is twice as expensive as it was 3 years ago, it's a good cost saver. Then just take a whisk and whisk it up. And you'll re-whisk it before you're going to put it on the salad, but you can see that's a really nice dressing. Don't even have to taste it, I know it's good. And we're ready to serve whenever we're ready to serve salad. Thanks.